Yeah, sure. Welcome back, everyone, yet again to the World Cuphead Tournament of Legends. We're into the last match of the day. We've got SBDWolf versus Jag. Joining me yet again is Luigi on commentary.
Yeah, and with me is Grandios.
And I'm honestly really excited about this match. Wolf obviously being one of the most insane Cuphead players ever. But 20,000 attempts of Castlevania 1 later, Dragon's Lair speedruns, that he did, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde speedruns. He's gotten a little crazy in his old age, and he's been busting out some wild strategies like Charge Twist Up. So I don't know what to expect out of Wolf today.
Wolf is Wolf is this type of jack of all trades. Like, he can do everything. Like, you don't know what to expect of everything out of him, but you can expect one. He's gonna be good at whatever he's doing. So yeah, I cannot wait as well what he's gonna come up with today. Does he gonna go with the standard route, or maybe he gonna surprise us with something, or maybe he's gonna come up with absolutely new strats and I don't know, wrong warp to the Salt Baker. I don't know. We might see something new today. But it's definitely gonna be exciting match. On the other corner, we have Jag2791, and he's also a very good runner. His PB is actually not verified yet, but I saw that his PB right now is 1209, so not that far away from SBDWolf, which is 1123, unless I didn't update something. But it's like half-minute difference. It's almost nothing when it comes to the race setup. So those are definitely gonna be close matches, and the runners are already starting. So good luck, have fun to the both runners, and let's hope the Forest Full is not gonna take the due.
Yeah, we've seen throughout this tournament how brutal even just the first level can be, getting through follies. But yeah, like you were saying, I mean, Jag, one of the newer runners, and I've been really impressed with the new runners in this tournament. Like, already having a low 12. And Jag too, I believe, does lobber spread. So brave man. So
yeah, actually,
we'll see how it pays off here.
It's always great to see new faces, and tournament is the great opportunity for the new faces to come up. Like, there's a bunch of people on the leaderboards that you might not recognize, but then they come to the tournament and you're like, oh man, it's this guy. He's actually raised very quickly recently, and it's always exciting to see. So let's see how both of the runners gonna do today. As we can see, Jack's not going for the ninja clip. I mean, it's understandable. Better be safe than sorry. As you can see on the Wolf side, he tried, he failed, that happens. He's at 1 HP, so he cannot go for the damage boost. And also the clouds chasing him, very scary, but he outran the bullet and he makes it through. Very close one, because one mistake and he could have been dead. But he maintained and he finished the stage. Although it's worth to say that he's actually 3 seconds behind, because Jack was going all in when it comes to the damage on the machine. Also, he had 1 HP to spare when it comes to dashing on the pit, while Wolf needed to come back from the Accord machine and he wasn't able to take damage boost. So he lost 3 seconds to this. It's not that much, but hey, it's a good start for the Jack, definitely.
And now we are seeing Wolf not go to the first shop, which I think means we might be seeing another charge twist up. Maybe Wolf is just a charge twist up main at this time.
Yeah, I was like, why he's ahead when he was behind, but then, yeah, shop. Okay, that makes sense. So he's definitely gonna to buy something in the upcoming shop, and since it's the DLC shop, it's probably gonna be a DLC weapon, obviously, and the charge shot to combine, because the charge shot is always the next weapon. Unless he's gonna go for the 2 DLC weapons. Or maybe he's gonna go for the broken relic run, who knows? Maybe this is the day.
Oh. I mean, that gives you every weapon, so...
Yeah, and unironically, if someone needs to pull that out, that's gonna be SBDWolf, because he practiced that a lot, and he actually knows all the weapons. As I said, Jock of all trades, like, he might not master every weapon, but he knows every weapon. And that's already a big knowledge when it comes to using stuff like those.
Yeah, he does currently have that DLC 100% world record where you make, very heavy use of that charm and have to go through all the weapons, so he could pretty much just pick any weapon combo and he'll be good at it.
Yeah.
from that experience. So we'll see. We'll see. It's definitely going to give him an early lead here, just because you save about 20 seconds not having to do that extra shop and not having to get 4 extra coins. The problem is, instead of spread shot, you have twist up. If that's what he goes for, we'll see. He's going to have to go in the shop right now, so...
And Jack also is going for the second shop since he goes for the lower spread, and...
Yep.
Twist up, charge. So yeah. To be expected,
both of them getting that time save
right?
in the second shop, yeah.
Now the question is, which route is better? The lower spread that is technically the world record route? Or the newcomer with the twist shot and the charge shot that is definitely never was seen before and a 2 to the head?
Yep. Twist up's kind of like spread shot, but out of the bargain bin. You know, it's I feel like that's kind of how you treat it in this with this route. It just does like quite a bit less damage. The one great thing about twist up is the EXs. The tornadoes are actually incredible, dealing a beefy 40 damage if you hit all 5 ticks.
Yeah, I love that comparison. It's kind of like, you know, the spread is the newspaper and the twist up is the newspaper after getting read out and thrown to the trash. They technically do the same, but I think you prefer the first one.
Yep. Pretty much. And that is cool because this is a rare weapon matchup where, yeah, neither run is doing that extra second shop like you would in like charge spread. So it really is just going to come down to the boss times. Who's going to get the better boss times by the end of this run? So I can honestly see this going either way. Both having a really solid start, getting through Glumstone like it was nothing. And moving on into Mortimer. Now, Mortimer phase 1, this is this just sucks for Lobber Spread. Because you have these kind of close range weapons, and he's just flying all over the place. It's pretty tricky, but Jag does navigate it and get through that phase.
Yeah, and Wolf casually charging this way through, and you know, charge shot is just always good. Like, if you need to stay far away from boss, use charge shot. If you need to shoot that small hitbox flying in the midair, charge shot. Like, it's just such a good weapon and it still does insane amount of damage. But what it can provide. And those tornadoes, obviously. The tornadoes, like, you know, it may be in DLC run, but Hildaberg is still with us, trolling us with tornadoes.
Yeah, true. Can't escape them. Jag with the 1 HP finish. But Wolf also at 1 HP. And he's got the tornadoes blocking some of his vision here. We'll see if he's able to get through this without taking a death. I do think the boss should be almost dead, hopefully, maybe. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
both of them having a nice 1 HP finish. And
yeah, you need to keep an eye on the boss, definitely.
Well, pay attention here. 5:58 in entry time into Howling Aces. I'm curious where Wolf's at, because I know Jag did take that early lead in Follies, but it might be pretty close right now.
Yeah, because again, route-wise, they spent close amount of time when it comes to buying the weapons. I was actually thinking, like, does the pea shooter something could work? Because technically you could go for the 4 coins, keeping the forest police as well, going to the tutorial, or going for the DLC weapon while taking the 3 coins from Apo, 3 coins from newspaper.
Yeah, I really wanted a pea spread route to exist as well, but then I remembered we need the bridge to get to the mausoleum, and you either have to do Ribby, Follies, or Treetop to get a bridge over there, because the shortcut actually doesn't get you there. I was like, no. So we can't escape Follies.
If you are wondering how Speedrunners come up with the new strats, that's how. Just think about it and then realize it doesn't work. That's literally it. I'm just a bit behind with the strats.
That's pretty much it, yeah. It's like 90% of the ideas don't work, but hey, 10% of them do, and we eventually get a route going.
In case of DLC percent, like, actually couple of routes, like, unironically. Obviously some are better than others, but this is a very close one because, you know, the robot spread is better when it comes to getting times, that's true. But it's harder to execute though, so there's actually a sweet middle point between those two strats. One is easier to execute but a bit slower, other is faster but harder, so it's a great matchup actually, because, you know, if that would be opposite, for example, easy but fast, or hard but slower, then the answer would be obvious.
Yeah, and now we do see, you know, the struggle Lobber Spread has with howling aces, because Wolf just made up like 10 seconds on that fight, having the charge shot twist up. So it really that's one of the fights where I think charge twist up actually probably has an advantage over Lobber Spread, just having that good range to deal with all the flying stuff. Lobber Spread's not exactly designed for dealing with really high up flying things. So, yeah, Wolf doing a really good job there. But Jag's sticking in this. I mean, he's up against one of the best Cuphead players, and he's only like 10 seconds behind, I believe. So, this is a really good race to start off this matchup. And Wolf at 1 HP. Oh my goodness, is he gonna play this close? Back off, Wolf. Don't be brave.
Yeah,
this could be a death.
Back. Ooh,
This
last
phase is
frame.
really scary.
That was like last frame parry before
Yep.
dying. Like, Wolf is known from the perfect trick, so he's definitely
Yeah.
just showing up at this point. But yeah, those...
Yeah, he did it
this
frame
third phase
perfect on purpose.
yeah, but this is just... The third phase is the most scary one, since those beans can appear in, obviously, in different races, but they can also kind of randomly pop out the sausages out of them. Like, also, yeah, can of beans throwing sausages, don't ask me. Like, those are cans of beans, you're not gonna prove me wrong.
Yep. And we do have both players getting past Esther. We got a 908 entry. We'll pay attention to that. 908 entry in the Moonshine Mob.
Yeah, but it's
Wolf
117.
having
He
a
really needed to play that
really rough
safe,
Esther.
so...
Yeah.
So that's the chance for Jag to catch up. And actually, I think he already did. What was the entry point for Moonshine?
I believe it was 908.
Okay, so I'm gonna be
So
with you
I
because...
think Jag's ahead a little.
Yeah, like 3 seconds. Even
Yeah.
2, wow.
This is a
Not for
very
me.
close race. Oh, now, oh no, Jag getting the right side kill with Lobber Spread, which is not good because as she goes up, she doesn't let you set up a lobber trap. She blocks all of it and doesn't take any damage, so you just have to wait it
He's
out
playing
there.
risky because, you know, yeah, actually, what the other time, he was at 2 HP, never mind. I don't know why I was thinking he's gonna be at 1 because, you know, good players are at 1 HP at this point. I was like, he's gonna die! He died! Oh wait, he's actually at 2 HP, never mind.
You know he did go for that in one of his races earlier in the tournament. He was 1 HP and he just went over there and
Yeah,
started
he still
setting up
goes for
lobbers.
it.
I was like,
And it's not
this
safe
is the
because
madman.
because he can actually attack in the same place. It doesn't like save place when he just attack. No, he can repeat his places. So it's not like you know where he's gonna appear. It's literally dealing with 33% chance to die every time. But hey,
Yeah.
it paid off.
For sure.
And
And now
I don't want to
have
say
Jag going
that,
into
but
with Jeff.
yeah, if he's gonna play that really well, I think Wolf might lose just to the Winchester, which would be really unfortunate.
Yeah, that definitely made this very close. Like I'm glad in that situation Wolf played it safe and survived, because if you're 1 HP going into phase 3 Esther and you just go up close, you're probably gonna die half the time. You know, like it's really hard to just not get hit at close range like that. So I appreciate him playing it safe, but at the same time, I mean,
Yeah,
he might just lose on time.
Being
Jag
close to
playing
her is
excellent.
kind of safe, but also not, because, you know, if it's safe if you have more HP to spare, because it's just gonna happen from time to time. That's those bean sausages, that's the new name, just gonna pop out before it's gonna get to you, and this is one of those scenarios that you're gonna get hit no matter what. So staying close to her, it's a good strat. It's actually a safe strat, but you need to have spare HP because you're usually gonna get hit once. If you're unlucky, usually too.
And Jag might even be on a PB pace right now. I mean, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Now the
he's
hard
good.
phase can be very, very brutal, because I don't think Jag hasn't learned the setup to get the triple damage lava EXs. So that means the heart phase is going to have quite a bit of HP here. And this is tricky, but Jag is really good at sniping the heart. Although a little bit of nerves getting to him, I think.
I think he just wanted to take... Oh, this duck! Wow, I mean, this dash at the end. What? This is an
Nice.
amazing finish. I didn't
Great.
think he actually I think he didn't do a mistake at the beginning. I think he wanted to take those 2 damages to quickly burst the heart, Just didn't realize he has that much HP and the half stays for a longer time. But those parries, those jumps, that was insane. And yeah, Wolf, does he gonna twist this one out? He's really close, low HP.
Oh my goodness,
he's rushing
trying to finish with twist up.
Oh my god, 1 second! He doesn't even know. He doesn't know what he just did, but he outplayed with the twist by 1 second.
That is crazy because there was a little bit of a hiccup at the start of the heart phase for Jag, and that cost him a couple seconds there. That ended up being the difference there at the end, but he had such a great finish. I thought he would still have it. Wolf just barely got the win with the 1 second victory. Actually, crazy match between, you know, two different weapon combos than what we saw in the last match. Like, just awesome stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, Jack, he didn't do big mistakes overall. Like, he played very clean. I would say maybe Moonshine didn't work exactly well according to the plan. He's saving his PB, definitely deserved. But Wolf with that one big mistake on the Winchester requires him to slow down to make sure he, you know, gonna survive. But in the end, this paid off. He defeated the Jag by 1 second. As you said, good call. Sometimes it's better to play safe than sorry, but that was so close at the end. Like, he panicked, he tried to hit all the twist shots.
He did clutch out a PB though. I believe that's a 2 second PB for Jag. So, great stuff.
Okay, we just get the message that Wolf has some technical difficulties, so we're gonna need to take a small break. Not sure how long one, but apparently he has some problems with his controller. So he beat it, Jack, with broken controller. That's the swag of the Wolf that
that's you can witness
on the stream. Yeah, so I twisted my controller because I bought the wrong weapon, and yeah, it forced me to play Twist, but I managed to beat the tournament nonetheless. Because Twitch, it just happened that Twist is actually a very good weapon.
Yeah. OP weapon right there.
Oh, yeah.
Two-tone, paving the way for the new meta, you know.
Yeah. So I do believe we're gonna start very soon, just a quick break from the runners, like 2-3 minutes, and we're gonna start. So I think we don't need to make like a longer break. I think we just can meme out more about the Twist shot in the meantime, like... It's a good weapon, you just have to connect all the bullets, but yeah, as you said, the spread EX was always the most powerful one, because it can deal 36 damage, I do believe, when it comes to hitting all the bullets, because each bullet deals 4.5, combine that with times 8, and you have 36, math with Luigi. But Twist shot, just push it away and deals 8 damage times 5. It's 3 damage more. I mean, it's not mad, but it's, you know, on paper, it's more powerful. Definitely more than others. Obviously, the Lobber EX was more powerful since there was the Lobber E exploit that allowed you to shot the floor and deal double damage with that EX, which is 50-something. That was like, wow. But it got nerfed, and to be exact, fixed. And it's kind of still possible, but it's actually frame perfect now. So, short reset, unreliable, and it's just better to use spread EXs when you have time. But yeah. Twist actually can be better when the bosses have big hitboxes, because you just throw it and it just goes around. And you don't need to do the damage boost, that's also a very important thing. With the spread EX, you need to go inside the bosses, and if they have hurtbox, they're gonna hurt you. With the Twist shot, you just can stay close to the boss, throw it, deal the maximum damage, hopefully, and don't get hit. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's that simple, and I do think it would have been cool if every time you use a Twist Up EX, it rotates the screen like on Holidays. So that would be the mechanic, the real Twist Up. You know, it really even twists up the player a little bit. That'd be pretty cool. But no, it's a great weapon. Everyone kind of memed on Twist Up pretty hard, but it's honestly not that bad, like you said, because the EX move it's tied for the highest damaging in the game just on its own. Roundabout EX also dealing 40 damage, but honestly, Roundabout EXs are just harder to land all the ticks, because it's like 8 ticks, I believe, and with Twist Up, it just is only 5. You have to hit.
And you need to dodge your own bullet, and you know, if you're focusing on dodging your own roundabout, you're usually not focusing on the boss, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty decent weapon. I was a little bit sad that like Converge wasn't super good. Because my first playthrough of the DLC, I actually used Converge for most of the playthrough. I thought it was a really cool weapon. I like holding lock to narrow the shots. All that was pretty neat, and just having like infinite pierce, you know, just going through everything, seemed like it'd have a lot of potential. But who knows? Maybe someday we'll find some shenanigans we can pull off with Converge. But for now, we'll just enjoy the twist up.
I mean, Conversion could be powerful against bosses, multiple bosses, like with multiple hitboxes, like for example Radiant Crows. But that's very niche scenario actually, and that doesn't make it that much powerful. I also think the Crackshot is arguably the most powerful weapon casually, because it actually does solid damage while aiming, and for the casual playthrough it's just really overpowered. You can focus on the dodging while still doing reasonable damage to the boss. It's not like Treasure that, you know, you doing like less than half damage for just hitting the every bullets, right? Like it's not that easy. You need to survive longer with the Chaser, so that was a good payout. With the Crackshot, you're doing almost similar damage to the normal weapons while still being able to keep dodging and not focusing on the fire. So Crackshot is actually insane. But
and we see here now too, with the race already starting, and Wolf missing the coin and then taking a hit. Pretty rough start to this Follies. This could end up being really tricky for him to finish. Meanwhile, we do see Jag opting to just go ahead and just kill the machine, take some damage boost. Ooh, that's a little bit scary. Wolf missing the ninja clip, 1 HP again, has to navigate this ending, hopefully without dying. And we saw from last match, this is close. If Wolf takes the death, I mean, that could just be the end. But he does get through it.
How did you expect it? That's what I wonder, because he actually threw diagonally into the air, I mean, into the floor once again. I wonder if that's the controller issues that he had previously, or was he just a dumb and mistake the placement when it comes to shooting the pea shooter? Who knows? Or maybe he just wanted to make a suspense because, you know, he's not going for the shop again. So he's doing that again, or maybe something else. I mean, it worked once, so second time a charm.
Was it even close? Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. I mean, we have a similar situation where Jag does have this early lead. So I think we're in for another close match if they can keep it deathless.
I mean, come on, like this first run was already worthy of everything. We don't need more, but the runner's gonna provide, so we are for some juicy races today.
Yeah, we need one even closer, Luigi. We need one that's like where you have to frame count it or something by the end of it.
Closer than 1 second?
Yeah,
actually, I know that there were ties in the past when it comes to seconds. Does the millisecond matter then? I actually don't remember if that was the milliseconds count or just a tie. Huh.
I'm not sure the current ruling, but I do remember that I did tie with Jason in the last tournament, the NNG tournament of this game, and we ended up just calling it a tie and just played an extra game. But I don't know what the ruling is now if we're just going to go for the milliseconds.
We just got the confirmation by Mr. Dino, yeah. Mr. Dino coming with class when it comes to confirming that actually milliseconds gonna matter. So we need to tie the milliseconds. How hard it is.
Yeah, we're gonna need a millisecond tie. I'll message him, tell him to change the script a little bit. We'll get the millisecond tie in the next game.
Yeah, we need that. Like that, the tie is gonna be interesting. But come on, 1 second difference is already huge. Like. We stop and charge. Okay, Wolf's going for the strat that is actually really good, like the strat that worked out, the one that Two-Tone Pony invented, or at least, at the best, he showed up to the world. And, you know, he inspired Wolf to play this as well. Or maybe, as Wolf said, he felt a bit guilty about Two-Tone Pony picking those weapons on his race. So maybe he's trying to, you know, use them as well as the kind of self-punishment to feel better about himself. Or maybe he just want to show the world that, you know, this is a viable strat. Use that.
Yeah.
Or maybe both. Who knows?
I don't know. We've seen some tournaments so far.
The rest,
Maybe
also
Wolf
the
will bust
last
out
run,
sub 11 with charge quit.
yeah, also in the last run, Wolf didn't go for the trick where you get stuck inside the boss hitbox, and let's see if he's gonna do that again. Yeah, he's doing that on purpose because he, you know, twist up. And the twist up so powerful that it even runs away from the boss and hitting the minions. That's how powerful the EX of the twist is.
It just gets rid of everything.
The hit for you, and for you, and for you.
Yeah. Just a straight up tornado sweeping through the competition.
Yeah, who doesn't like tornadoes, right? Everyone.
Good old Hilda. All right, so we do have Jag yet again going against Mortimer. This is the worst, one of the worst phases for Lobber spread out of any boss. It's pretty bad. Thankfully, the rest of the fight's kind of fine because you're just pretty much using spread shot for the rest of Mortimer. But that first phase is the one that's really, really difficult.
Yeah, the first phase is the one that I'm very glad that I'm using the charge shot. It's just much easier.
We speaking of two-tone pony, we saw SBDWolf go for a cool strat there, where he kind of waits for the Yeti to come down, overlapping over the wizard, and there's two hitboxes there, and he shoots a charge shot real close and a charge EX, and both of those are going to hit his double damage without even needing the damage boost. That was a strat I believe two-tone pony actually brought to the charge players, and it's a cool one.
When he's not showing to snowman?
Yeah.
And how many frames do you have for that? Or is it like 1 second long or something?
I think it's like a half second. Like it's a decent window actually. It's a good strat because people used to always just damage boost up in there and do a spread EX, and that's really good too. But that's a way to do it without taking a hit. So in a race, you're just getting a double damage charge shot in charge EX. So it's really good.
Yeah,
you just learned the position for it. So.
I'm glad to hear that the strat that I'm never gonna use, so thanks for your information. It's always nice to learn something new, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've done nothing but learn this tournament so far. I did not expect to see twist step on the screen so many times. But we're seeing all the hot twist step strats this tournament. Oh,
yeah, we need to
have Jag landing that lobber trap. You love to see it when the turret does appear on the side that you set up the lobber trap. So he's gonna get a pretty good fight here, I think. Nice, good cycle there on Jag's in.
Also got sniped by the wolf, so yeah, I think they are close again. Like 7 minutes blackout when it goes to the boss on his side. So let's see what's gonna be on the wolf side in a second.
Yeah, I think this is really close yet again. Like you were saying. We'll see here. Oh, Wolf missing a charge shot.
And that wasn't one cycle. Wolf, what are you doing?
Oh, man. 704 blackout on Wolf's side. So he was a few seconds behind from Follies, and Jags just held that lead.
Yeah, it was like... It's like 5 second difference right now, because it was Steven 05 and Jag was on 7 equally when it comes to the blackout.
That's a rough one for Wolf, because I feel like Howling Aces was one of the fights he made up a lot of time over Jag at the last time, because Charge Shot's so good at it. But this time he kind of had some mistakes and things didn't go as well, and Jag had a really good Howling Aces, so him maintaining the lead past that fight is a big deal for Jag. We'll see, though, how Esther goes. This is one of those fights, as you saw from Wolf's last run, that things could go very wrong. If you don't have some HP to tank the later phases, it could be a really brutal boss.
There's the two things that makes this fight hard. First, it's second longest fight. Only the Saltbaker is longer, and technically they are similar because, you know, the Saltbaker, yeah, is the longest one, but that's mostly because he has those the transformations that just takes a long time. And second, this is a plane level. Like, the plane levels are much harder to dodge usually because you're not only staying on the ground, you're actually flying in the midair. So dodging everything is much harder. And usually there's just more attacks around because, you know, it's kind of like a bullet hell. So yeah, plane levels are just hard, and Winchester is no exception when it comes to it.
Wolf having a way more comfortable fight that time. He was able to preserve the second HP all the way into the last phase, but he is still 4 seconds behind Jag. So, I mean, at this point, this is Jag's race to win. I have no idea who's gonna win this match. We're actually seeing another very close match right now. Just great stuff from both runners, staying this consistent, like going deathless, and with 2 of the, you know, crazy weapon combos. Oh, Jag just missing the left side kill again. A couple of those spread particles missing might have cost him. So he's going to have to deal with this phase being a bit extended, which can get pretty scary. He is going to YOLO win, but this can really punish you. Oh, the double!
And he got punished, the doubles, like... The double happened twice and he got hit by both of them.
Yeah, he had a really good double jump over the first one, but getting the double like that, up nose, that's like losing a 1 in 3 2 times in a row. Just brutal. And that is the risk of doing that strat. Really unfortunate, because I know he was in the lead. And we'll see if that would have ended up, you know, making the difference. We'll see what kind of times Wolf can get here. But man, it's good. It's good though for everyone to see like how risky this stuff really is. You know, like this is. Oh, he's going for it again.
Yes, we said multiple times. 1 death equals you either playing really safe to not repeat the mistakes, or you're playing even harder to hope you're gonna catch up whatever you lost. And when you're playing YOLO after death, you can die, and it unfortunately happens. So Jag's already died twice, and he's getting really behind, and Wolf probably is gonna clutch the Soulbreaker, so he's definitely in favor when it comes to getting this round, but it's not gonna be over since it's best of 5, so Jag's gonna have 1 more chance. But hey, who knows, maybe his Wolf's gonna fail, like, which shot? Is it good for against the Soulbreaker? One could argue.
Yeah. It's fine, I think. Wolf has gone deathless in this tournament so far, so to my knowledge. So we'll see. Having all that DLC 100% practice where you're playing on expert, you have 1 HP on all these bosses, trying to improvise weapons. I mean, it teaches you really how to dodge. You know, you have to survive these fights. So he just has so much experience being able to clutch these fights out, even at 1 HP. As we saw with Esther in the last race. So, yeah, it's unlikely, I think, that he'll die here, but, you know, anything could happen. I do think Jag was probably on pace to beat him, though, without the Moonshine Mob mishap.
And here we go to the second last phase, the Salty Deserts, the amazing one, and the music glitch out again. I'm not sure, but I think the music glitch out if you just too fast, right? Or is it other conditions?
With what now?
With the music glitching out on the last phase.
Oh yeah, it's like some over damage thing. I forget exactly how it works. 1150 though from Wolf's side. That's, you know, what's crazy is Jag was ahead of Wolf going into Mob. And 119 isn't like an insane chef time, so I think Jag he absolutely was on a sub 12 pace. Huge PB pace for him.
Yeah, that's definitely true, and kind of feels weird that both of those races Jag could have won. You know, sometimes you get those matches that, yeah, you played well, but no matter what you have done, you couldn't won. In those cases, both of the runs Jag could have won, and it's already insane to say that Jag could have defeated Wolf twice, right, in a row. Obviously, it didn't happen, it's unfortunate, but there was a chance. And not everyone could say that when playing against Wolf.
Absolutely. Really great stuff from Jag.
Great today. Sorry, I realize I'm interrupting you a lot today. My timing is worse than the twist shots.
It's all good. Yeah, Jag is Jag's gonna finish up here. I believe. He's got the lobber EX snipes like no other. Look, he's actually hitting some of these lobbers. That is so hard to do.
Yeah, and also he just goes for the parries as well. Like, I'm usually trying. Yeah, usually I'm trying. Yeah, he's really good at sniping those EXs too. Like, usually I'm trying to not parry this guy. I know he has that small window where he cannot hurt you after parry, but I feel like always getting hit after parry nonetheless. But I don't know. I guess Jag just loves to parry this hard. Give him a hug. Like, someone needs to, right? Show some love to the Salt Bake.
Yeah. GG to both runners. I mean, honestly, great race yet again. You know, Jag did have one loss.
Wolf died,
but...
confirmed. Wolf died on tournament, confirmed.
Oh. Maybe we're seeing some cracks in the armor here.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe not.
Maybe. He's just trying to fake it, you know? Like, should like make it look like he's gonna make some big mistakes on this next race, but at the end of the day, it's SBDWolf, so it's pretty unlikely.
You cannot trust this guy. Like, look at him. He's not to be trusted.
All right.
I remember. Sorry. How the wolf appeared in the community. Like, that was the days where I was actually dominating the leaderboards, and he just appeared and was like, "Oh, finally a challenge, a worthy opponent. This battle will be legendary." But then I realized he's actually better, and he was taking all my world records one after another. He actually is the only one person I do believe that actually got all world records at some point. Yeah, the Cuphead that has tons of categories, and Wolf goes for all of them, and he actually did it. So yeah, who might have known that this one guy that randomly got one run, right, is gonna be the legend. Join today, you might be legend as well. Yes, I'm talking about you on the chat.
True. I mean, this is not going to be this. Even if you're not in this tournament, this isn't going to be the last Cuphead tournament that ever happens. You know, get to learn in the game and try out the DLC. It's a pretty short category, like we were talking about earlier. There's lots of options on the weapon combos to fit your play style, and it's going to be a great time. You can maybe join in on the next tournament and bop this SBDWolf guy out of here.
Jack also says that he was on 11:57 pace, so according to his information, he will need the 2 goals at the last fights. Interesting, because it was looking like much closer than 2 goals, but hey, I guess he's better informed, like he knows his splits and abilities, so I guess we need to trust on him. So it was actually much closer than we expected, but yeah, those 2 deaths didn't help at all. It can happen, unfortunately, but yeah. Let's go for the match number 3. I wonder if the Wolf's gonna be, you know, brave, knowing that he's 2 matches ahead, and he's gonna go with something even crazier. Or maybe he's gonna go back to his favorite twisted charge strat. He's already laughing, so I don't know. I think he might have something.
He could do anything. I wouldn't put it past this man to just bust out some chaser strats or something. I don't. We'll see. We'll see.
If he's gonna do something crazy, what that could be? Like, what you could try to predict? Like, there's too many combinations. We need to see what he's gonna do first. Does he gonna go for the forest voice? I mean, he needs to shut up, Luigi. Like, what's the combination gonna be? We're gonna see after forest voice. Like, the first shop or lack of it's gonna be the main information for us when it comes to predicting. But predicting like now is like buying the lottery ticket. You cannot predict what is inside his head.
Yeah, I think maybe the only person who would have enough expertise to know what Wolf would pick here would be Two Tone Pony. So I don't know if he's out in chat, but I mean, he's probably the only person, you know, that just is the master of all ways of Cuphead. You know, just ready to throw down with any combination that the world could imagine.
And the Wolf throw the EX wrong again. I'm not sure. He's trolling at this point. Also, about trolling, the Jack got trolled and he got hit by the icon Y parrying and he didn't reach the coin, so he goes for the restart. He could have gone for the backup and grabbed the coin on the DLC content, but you know, it will be similar time. So yeah, that was very unfortunate. The Akon sometimes can spawn really close. And he mixed the coin, tried to go back for it, and got snapped by both piranha plants in the same time. Oh, that's forced foolish at its best, unfortunately.
Yeah. And we saw Wolf, I mean, he got a pretty slow follies. He almost died as well. He had to play it very slow and safe there at the end to ensure that he wouldn't die there. So it almost took Wolf out too. It's just a brutal level. Trying to make it through this level in 3 races in a row without anything going horribly wrong is would be like a miracle.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that going for Ninja Clip is not necessary. It's only like 3-4 seconds. For the race, just try to survive, man. That's already gonna be insane if you're just gonna survive. But hey, it's star skip. That's one of the ways to come back. So he's getting there.
He's back in it, just like that.
You only need only like 30 more to go, and because there's gonna be 6 more stages, and one of those doesn't come because it's Salt Baker and it's after the run. I'm not sure if he's gonna have enough star skips to catch up with the Wolf, so it's gonna be interesting. But hey, we'll see.
Wolf getting a nice instant victory there. Like when he parried the last ghost, it just instantly said victory, which you love to see it. Because sometimes the Mausoleum can troll you a little bit. You parry the last ghost and it just drags on for like another second before it says victory.
After coming back to that coin, apparently by Mr. Dino's info, you can take the damage boost in the midair to get that small air momentum and grab that parry coin. It is possible, but you know, if you get hit once, you need to wait and get hit twice. Like, that's not the best deal. As I do believe Yuka tried to go for this trick where you just kind of frame perfectly jump out of the ground to get that 1 pixel higher and grabbing this coin barely. He didn't manage to get it, but apparently it's a thing, so that's also interesting information. But in case of the race, I still think the best thing you can do is just either restart what Jack did, but you're risking to die in the next attempt, or just go and grab that last coin behind the buildings. Obviously it's gonna put you behind, but getting hit by that icon and destroying the parable thing is already putting you behind, so you need to work around it. There's multiple ways to go for the backup end. I do believe, I don't remember who, unfortunately, but I do believe someone actually go for that, I think that was a Mexican runner going for, I think that was a Mexican runner that go for the, he also didn't get the coin, but he just go on and he go for the coin behind the building. So obviously that put him behind, but that was a great backup, and that only shows that, you know, knowledge of the game's also paying out. And that was a very good backup that he came up with, the, you know, in short amount of time.
Yeah, that was an amazing decision by TMR. It is unfortunate for Jag because he needs all 8 coins in aisle 1 to get lobber spread, since the weapons just don't pop up in the right order in the DLC shop. So he's kind of forced to get that coin, which just is one of the downsides of lobber spread in that situation. But I do love seeing those kind of on-the-spot decisions being made. Someone like Calaverita, who can do lobber spread and charge spread, I could see someone like him maybe originally planning to go for lobber spread, but then that situation happens, skips the coin, just says, hey, I'm just going to turn it into a charge spread run. So yeah, it's really interesting seeing the decisions and the different experience of the runners, what they can pull out.
Also, I wanted to mention that on the last phase of the Giant Wolf, actually lost all the platforms, and he was close to dying, but he decided to not go for the parry on the platform. He actually go for the charge shot, twisted EX into the boss, and finished him out before dying. So that only shows that SBDWolf not only not being afraid of risky moments, but also just knowing the damage output he can do with those both weapons and calculated everything beforehand. Also, Jack got hit by the boss and fall to the platforms, but he maintained it, he clutched it out, nothing happened. Just a small deroute. No, everything is fine.
Here in practice, before this match started, we did see Wolf take a death to Chef. And that's one of those really costly deaths that could bring Jag back into this, despite the follies. So Well, Jag's not out of it yet. I mean, obviously Wolf has a pretty big advantage right now, but we'll see how it all ends up playing out. Oh my goodness, though, Jag 1 HP. Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah, as you mentioned that twice, it's worth to mention it 3 times in a row. Like, the lobber spread is the worst when it comes to the first phase of Mortimer, because he's just going around everywhere, and you need to dodge the small babies. You need to maintain your damage whilst there's it's too much effort, you know. Just charge out. Lazy boy.
Oh my goodness, Jag is clutching it out though at 1 HP. Oh, barely on the edge of that ledge, didn't fall. Good job, Dan, for finishing
didn't panic and execute the risky strats to the end, so congrats to him. That was not the best beginning, unfortunate one, you could say, but that's a still great fight when it comes to just maintaining your momentum and just holding off yourself, like not dying and still doing amazing when it comes to the damage output. In the meantime, Wolf is just jumping out of the plane, like, I remember where there was the get off the plane memes, and I think Wolf just want to revive this meme.
Oh my. And we do have Wolf about to finish up the fight. Jag just starting into it. And this, like I was saying several times, this is one of the fights that, especially early on, was like, oh boy, I don't know if lobber spread has a chance, because this is really tricky to deal with these dogs. You really have to know your lobber angles and manage the plane well to have it in the right spot, because that guy driving the plane, sometimes he just goes off, like he just goes places that you do not want him to go, and it can be really, really bad when the plane's just far away from what you need to hit. So Jag doing a pretty good job of it though right now. He's had some good howling aces in this tournament, so it's really nice seeing the consistency there on these even pretty tricky bosses.
I just realized something, like, that's out of the tournament, but I just realized that Cuphead is an amazing game because it's completely different experience when you're playing it and watching it, because, you know, while playing you're trying to survive, you have amazing gameplay, but while watching it you can enjoy all the small details of this game that you cannot focus on doing the playthrough because, you know, you're trying to survive.
Yeah, that's so true. I love watching the game too for that, because man, they did such a great job with just the backgrounds, like even the little animations, you know, on the minions and stuff, and just stuff you don't normally get to look at, like you said, because you're so focused on other things. But it's really just a beautiful game, just an absolute artistic masterpiece in my opinion. And I think it's part of what helps make Cuphead special, outside of just the great gameplay.
Yeah, it's one of the kind. Like, obviously, it's nothing new when it comes to the old cartoonish style, but using that well in the video game, that was something new and that blew everyone's mind. And that's something that is hard to repeat. And yeah, Cuphead's definitely one in the kind.
Absolutely. And while we had to wait a long time for this DLC, I think the wait was well worth it. All this is very, very good. Like, I remember beating the DLC and I was so happy, you know. It was just like, man, I'm so glad this is actually good. You know, because you never know when new content's coming out, what it's going to be like, but they really outdid themselves, I feel.
Yeah, and, I mean, it's comparable when you compare to the other bosses, the older bosses. The new bosses is just better, kind of gameplay-wise and visual-wise. Like, gameplay-wise, and not to complain, because that's how it works, right? But old bosses usually have that one-hit beatbox, staying in one place, and just attacking you, right? In this case, most of the bosses have those small moving hitboxes that you need to follow up, dodge around, and just, you know, planning your moves ahead, instead of dodging a couple of bullets that you know they're gonna come. So, gameplay-wise, I really like the DLC because it's definitely a kind of a different challenge. And visual-wise and sound-like-wise, it's obviously comparable to the basic game, but it's in the good way. Like, it's the same standard, and that's what we wanted. Like, not completely something new, just keep the same standard and impress us with it more. because we want more of the same. And yeah, it's just amazing style once again. So DLC was definitely worth it to wait. And I still love that, you know, it got like announced year after the Cuphead got released, and then it got delayed for the next almost 4 years. Obviously, it's understandable because we all know how the world situation was looking, but I kind of want to believe that they just wanted to keep the tradition of, you know, holding the long delays, just like the base game. That would be funny, like doing that on purpose.
Yeah, would have been pretty good. Meanwhile, we did see Jag just 1 HP. He went up to that spot in the top left and hoped the nose didn't go there again. He is just crazy, but it did work this time.
You can maintain your momentum in the air, but he did it last time as well, but he got trolled by the 2 upper attacks in a row, and no momentum's gonna help you stay that long in the air.
Yeah, that's a tough situation. We do have Wolf, though, here on match point. If he wins this match, he will be advancing into the top 8. Unfortunately, if Jag's not, if something doesn't happen to Wolf here, Jag will be eliminated from the tournament after this match. This is a single elimination tournament, so you only get 1 chance now. But man, what a performance by Jag. I feel like he's really done an amazing job as a new player, especially picking Lobber Spread. Very, very hard weapon combo.
And in the end, he got the PB in the first race. And you know, it's not like I don't know, PB from 14 minutes or something like that. No, he was already at 12. So getting PBs on that is really hard. And even on the tournament, it's even bigger achievement. So he might get eliminated today, but it doesn't change that he did amazingly during this tournament. And Wolf's casually taking 3 damages in the second phase. Twist up doesn't work too well, eh? Maybe should have stick to the casual charge shot.
Okay, let's see the twist up angles here. Oh, did he switch to using only twist up? I think he. He got punished. He tried.
And he cannot swap weapons. The panic is here. What are you doing, Wolf? Did he get? I don't know. I don't know how to comment that.
He twist up only. He switched to twist up only for the end as a bit of a funny, and it honestly just cost him this match. I mean, if Jag survives, he wins.
Unless, let's see how Jag's gonna do. He doesn't know that he might win this, but he's very close. Although he's
please, Jag, no,
you can do it.
Come on, man.
Oh.
Okay.
And he did it, but Wolf technically still have a chance, but I think the transformation is just too long. I think it's already over. No matter what Wolf's gonna do, it's just GG. He actually did it. Jag is a madman. With a bit of help of Wolf and his clueless decision.
Wolf trying to go for a little bit of a cheeky, funny finish there with the twist up only. And even with his experience in this category, he did not expect Phase 3 to be as wide as it is. But man, let me tell you, that hitbox sticks out far. And it sniped him from pretty far away. It really shocked him. You can see the look on his face.
I mean, to be honest, he's at 2-0. I mean, he was at 2-0, so I can understand why he decided to go a bit YOLO, like wanted to make a show. He still has a backup, and he got extremely punished by that. But that was his decision, and he knows what to expect, so it's obviously not over. Wolf just wanted to entertain us for longer time, and
throwing for content. No, these have been great races, and that's GG to Jag because he's stuck in it. That coming after you have that follies, it's so tough to just go through the rest of the run deathless. You know, just actually still try your best and try to put on a good performance. And if he didn't try, it would have been over. I mean, he would have lost. So
he was on the disadvantage from the beginning, and he had that back in his mind that he's playing on the disadvantage that most probably not gonna win anymore because what were the chances that Wolf's gonna die? So it's amazing that he pulled out to the end, nonetheless, and it actually paid off. The miracle happened, or maybe the Wolf dumb decisions. I don't know. You call it whatever you want, but
I mean, this is a man who's speedrun Dragon's Lair and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He's made plenty of bad decisions in his life leading up to this point. So that could be part of Jag's strategy to just bank on Wolf making some more bad decisions. We'll see.
Oh my god. I mean, this is confirmed. Wolf died twice, and I don't care he died on the practice. That does count. It was on the live, it was on the screen. I actually wonder, I didn't watch that dev, but was he trying twist up only? Was he planning that from the beginning?
Yeah, I think he switched to it for Chef at the end, if I'm not mistaken. I saw him in charge before, but
I mean, yeah,
I don't know.
On that last run when he died, yeah, he had only twist because he needed to swap that in his menu. But I mean, like in that practice when he died during the practice, was he practicing the twist only then?
Oh, I didn't see actually.
Oh my god, yeah. Wolf finally clipping through. He actually threw the EX in the right way. Wolf is getting ahead.
38 for Jag and 37 from Wolf. So he does actually come out of Follies with a little lead, which is, I think this is actually the, outside of the one where Jag took deaths, I think this is the first one where Wolf had the faster Follies. So that clip definitely working out. It looks like he's going to stick with Charge Twist Up, probably.
I mean, he was faster for Follies if you don't count the unfortunate restarts, but we don't talk about those. Also, it's worth to say that Jag, I don't know, prayed for a miracle and the gods listened to him, but you know, there's a big prize coming up because Wolf is mad. He lost point and he's not gonna allow to lose, so I can see on his face that Wolf's gonna be very serious with, I don't know, another twist. I just cannot say serious and twist in the same word.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's getting real seriously try hard now with Twist Up. You know, the real winner. The best weapon out there. Just all the great angles on Twist Up. You know, it always hits everything. The Twist Up trap's unbelievable. Just
honestly,
great power.
Honestly, I can see the comparison between the spread charge and the twist charge. Like, it's actually very similar. It's just that twist is weaker, but you're not going for one shot. So, honestly, just completely honest, if that could be executed better, like with the long time practice and you know how to use it properly in every boss, I think those two would be very close to each other, like insanely close. It's just that we have much more experience with the spread from the base game.
Yeah, there's definitely some potential to, like you said, just getting that 20-second time save, not having to get those 4 coins in the shop. That is, I mean, that's 20 seconds. So if you could barely not lose 20 seconds by having twist instead of spread, which it is easier said than done, but if you could make that happen, I mean, that's very comparable in terms of like the best time possible.
Yeah, we'll want to finish it out once and for all. The charge twist, the twist that we didn't expect, even Wolf didn't expect because he got a bit messed up in the menu, but still made it in time. Unless he was spamming the button too late, then it's my bot.
What I'm curious about, if Wolf sees he has a lead, is he gonna try the twist up only redemption? Because he went for it. And
I guess one more one up to spare, right?
True. What could go wrong?
And he got gooses for the losers, but didn't make it in time. Yeah. Like, they decided to fly to the other country, I guess. Luckily, if the gooses are seconds, you most of the time are able to deal enough damage to the boss, so he doesn't gonna use them. So that's actually good. The gooses are only bad when they come up fast, because obviously you're not gonna keep them. Luckily, they're short enough that you can take 1 damage boost and just beyond. Like on expert, you're gonna take 2 damages if you're gonna stay here. Like they are a longer wave of gooses. Like on the expert, you need to deal with twice as much gooses. Yeah, Wolf had 1 HP, and the meat's coming, and the power is coming.
Oh my goodness, he missed! Oh, that was pretty scary.
I'm just watching his face, and he's like not even being gently scared. He's just focusing. He's going all in. I'm actually scared of Wolf try harding to win. Like He's doing his best to not die, and I'm scared of this guy.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm not racing him right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to give a compliment to Jag there because he wasn't able to go for the jump roll, and he still was able to finish out the fight pretty clean with a 53. And I mean, Lobber's spread that last phase is pretty terrible if you don't have the jump roll. So that was good to get a pretty good time even with that situation.
Yeah, I would say it's comparable to the first phase of Mortimer. Like, you need to follow the one hitbox and everything around just falls apart. So that time still is amazing by missing the glitch.
You love to see the twist up EX loop around and chase the boss. I'm sure it's all calculated. Wolf is just calculating. I mean, he's just fully trying right now his best with twist up. Just calculating all the angles of the twist step EXs, and predicting the boss where he's going to go. He's going all in right now. But Jag playing a very solid game himself, so. And remember, the first race that they went deathless, it was separated by a second. So this is a very, pretty even match, well, with these weapon combos.
Definitely. Like, the first match, second difference. The next match, death differences. Like,
yeah,
that only shows that in the races, again, everything can matter, everything can happen. Amazing beginning for the Jag, going for those split EXs, using those parries. Parries, at least in the past, wasn't always an option because, funny enough, going for at least one parry during the run, during the fight, actually gives you the parry score in the ending of the screen, which actually lose 1 second. So in the past, that's where we didn't use the EXs at its best, the lobby exploits or spread EXs, going for the parries were actually losing time. Nowadays, where we can use those EXs very properly, it's actually kind of tied up. Even more if you can go for more than one parry, because other ones doesn't matter anymore. I actually remember when I was, in the All Bosses regular legacy, good old days where I was fighting against TMR, we actually were trying to find everything to save every little second because TMR had a big struggle to catch up with me, even though it was like 24 something, good old days. And we even literally researched, hey, I think that parries actually can lose time. And I don't care that I was using the parries in my run. Yeah, they lose time. You shouldn't go for them. And then it was fun to come up with every single detail.
Yeah. It all adds up. Like, even the scoreboard optimizations, just thinking about those parries and the star skips and everything that can happen. Like, the scoreboards could be pretty influential.
107, the 513 wrong. Like, I just realized, wow, Wolf finished that lady very quickly. Then I realized, wait a second, she's on different sides of the screen. He actually got the one whole cycle again. Not good.
Yeah. The one sad thing about Esther, about this fight, is the song is so good. It has the amazing yodeling section. But it's just too far into the song. You never get to hear it as a speedrunner. It's kind of sad. So I wish they would have threw in the yodeling vocals a little earlier so we could hear it.
Up to this day, sometimes I'm just listening to the soundtracks in, not completely like for myself, but on other streams or something like that, and then I realize, damn, I think I never heard that part in my life.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, this is actually really good. That's like you said, it's great getting to watch this. Like, watch this game as a viewer, not just having played it as a speedrunner.
Unless you're watching other speedrunners, then it's the same.
It's the same thing. But 105. So I think Jag actually had a slightly better Esther there.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Actually, Wolf's Esther's looking pretty good on second look.
But I think they are very close to each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he actually did get a better one. Good stuff.
And A+.
Oh, A+, yeah.
He's going all in. I'm really scared of this guy.
Oh,
He even wants to get better scores.
When Wolf equips Twist Up, that's when he gets really serious.
So you want to say that he was serious from the beginning? Oh yeah, damn, I didn't realize that. Oh man, I just don't know. I'm out of means when it comes to twist shot. We need to come up with something new.
Oh, Jag did get the left side kill this time, so he's going to be able to set up a beautiful lobber trap. This is going to help him out. Oh, it's a little left of the snail. No. You hate to see it. All those lobbers just pixels off from hitting, but he still gets a pretty good phase there. And he's going to clean this up well.
And he got hit at the end, but he was at 2 HP. The merciful Lord spared him this time.
The Twist Up EX looping all the way around again. Wolf knowing all the angles. God. He's actually a god with the Twist Up EX.
Like, what the hell, man?
Actually insane that all those Twist Up EXs hit. I thought we were watching Assassin Narga's gameplay for a second, who has the Twist Up only world record.
Okay,
Good
so
stuff.
Jack enters at 10:30, and I wonder when Wolf's gonna join. How much?
I think they're
very similar, like very close.
Yeah, like
I think that's
within
gonna
a
be
couple
like 3
seconds, I think. Yeah. Well, let's see here. Good luck to Jag going into Chef. Such a hard fight.
Let's see if the Wolf's gonna go all in, or does he gonna de-equip the twist? Nope, he's going with both.
Oh, I mean, 2 seconds difference.
Excuse me, 2 second difference. Excuse me, de-equip the charge shot. Obviously, you wouldn't de-equip the twist. Like, that's just clipping yourself at this point.
This is...
Right?
Yeah, this is all coming down to Chef. I mean, they're within 2 seconds, so...
Yeah. And he's actually ahead by those 2 seconds, so he's a bit better position, but what is the 2 seconds when it comes to the Chef? Like, what's the 2 seconds when Wolf have Twist Up? Like, how you gonna beat that?
This weapon should be banned. It's too good.
I mean, maybe not banned, like, that's too harsh. I think just delete it from the game would be better.
Yeah, yeah. That's the fair thing to do.
Because it's actually pushing casual players to lose their 4 coins and then regret their life decisions.
Yeah, going into last phase with Lobber spread at 1 HP.
Not 1
This
HP.
is
Too scary.
It's so scary. Oh god, he misses the first jump. The Lobber EX snipe all the way up there. Oh, the Lobber EXs are so good. He's trying to clutch out a victory right now.
And I think he might have done it 12-12. Like, to be honest, the last phases of Wolf weren't the best, but he has charge, and I think he's not gonna be afraid to do it. So, 20 seconds, that's a lot of time, so let's see how Wolf's gonna do it. He's changing to the twist shot, like, I don't know, sure, why, but is he gonna get sub 12? He got it.
He got it.
He got
11:58. GG's to both runners. Excellent races.
I was wondering if Jack's gonna win. That would be an insane last round. That would be an insane to watch and commentate. But Wolf decides to not throw this time and just finish it out with sub 12.